Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Onyx Path Twitch, where today we have gathered to play some Trinity Continuum Aegis. This is a lot of fun for me. I had the honor and pleasure of working on Aegis. I got to write a few of the organizations, including the Scandian Storm, which I absolutely adored working on. So much so that I've decided not to use them for this uh, stream. I didn't want to make it too much of a parade out my favorites. Um, but I really had a good time working on it. And we are using another organization that I did the write up for, which is the Nauticoi. So going to be a good time. Haven't got to run a whole lot of Aegis, so this is also fun for me. So I greatly appreciate the opportunity. I greatly appreciate everyone who has hopped on in the audience and is joining us. And I greatly appreciate the cast. So let's go ahead and, without any further ado, meet everybody. Let's kick it off with Ariana. If you could, please tell us who you are, what you do, who you're playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and anything you would like to promote.
Okay, I am Arianna. I don't currently have a very systematic presence on the internet. I mostly post memes. You can find me around using various subsets of the long ass handle that's on the overlay or variations upon. My pronouns are she or they, depends on the context. My character is a philosopher. Her name is Theano of Cyrene, which is a mix of names of actually existing women philosophers. And I am going to make everyone's life slightly annoying with my science.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be beautiful. Can't wait. All right, and that brings us around to Mike. If you could, please give us your pertinent details.
My name is Mike. I don't really have much of a presence online. This is my second role-playing actual play stream. Played in one last night. I'm playing, my pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Kovos, the stone turner. He's sort of a sly street rat that stowed away on one of the Nauticoi vessels a long time ago and eventually sort of got adopted by them. Um, and his pronouns are he, him.
Beautiful, excellent. Thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks.
Nice to share a screen in public with you. I've had the chance of playing with Mike before, so this is going to be fun to be able to do it in this context. And last but never least, Stu, if you could please give us your pertinence.
Hey everybody, I am Stuart Phoenix. I am an artist and potato enthusiast from the Pacific Northwest. And today I will be playing Elias. He is a combat specialist, and as of right now, that's about all I know about him.
Beautiful. That's all right. We will discover the reality of your character as we explore this world. And as we are exploring the world, we're going to kick things off. You are all members of the Nauticoi. You are all on a vessel. You have been sailing forth from, we'll say you set out from the southern Italian peninsula, on a mission of mercy. You are been asked to sail northward to deliver a particular device to some allies of the Nauticoi. The specifics of the device's function were not given to you, only that it is to remain inside its crate and not be messed with during the journey. You are to hand it over to the folks that will meet you on a northern Ireland, or a northern island, I should say, of what is effectively now Ireland. But you are effectively not just supposed to just sort of get it there safely and let it be. Unfortunately, through the course of this journey, just really once you've sort of gotten out of the Mediterranean and up around the Atlantic coast, you're hit by a terrible, terrible storm. And as the storm is raging, the lightning forking the sky, thunder claps, sounding like angry gods screaming at you for your arrogance of daring to be on the sea at this time. What, if anything, would each of you be doing? Let's kick it off with, what are you doing? Ariana, what's your...
So we are on the boat and we are suffering ill weather.
Yes, there's a horrid storm. The boat is being tossed side to side, lightning forking the sky, rain coming down in sheets, practically sideways at times.
I think my priority would probably be trying to keep my pet Temista, my pet Chimera, from freaking the hell out, because she's a flying creature mostly. She's also walking and sneaking and slithering creature when it's necessary, but she's mostly a flying creature, and this mess of a sky, the winds, the storm, the lightning, it's freaking her the fuck out because she's stuck on a boat and she cannot fly anywhere. So I'm trying very much to prevent her from having a meltdown and eating someone out of panic. So I am like hiding somewhere, like under some sort of cover, trying to pat her and reassure her.
Wonderful. Well, in that case, why don't we go ahead and you have, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have like the actual animal ken
Edge,
correct? Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
So given that, let's see if you can get her calmed down. So this would be a survival roll. Or since the Chimera is your pet, I would allow you to use any of your other social traits if you would prefer. You will have... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I guess it could be empathy or persuasion.
Yeah, at your preference, whichever trait you prefer to lean on.
The only one that has any doubts is persuasion, so I'm gonna try to persuade her that eating someone is not gonna calm down the storm, and that eating snacks is gonna calm down her.
Excellent. That being the case, then let's do, you said it was persuasion?
Yeah.
And you can pair that with your choice of presence or manipulation. You will have a +2. You have 2 dots of animal kin, correct?
Okay.
So you'll have an enhancement of 2 on that as well.
Manipulation, because I'm literally trying to trick an overgrown toddler into accepting my bribes.
Of course.
And so I have 2 extra dice because it's my specialty, right?
Because of the edge, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it's not 2 extra
So
dice. I apologize. It is 2 enhancement. So those count as automatic
Okay.
hits as soon as you...
If there is a success.
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my 5 dice and hope for the best.
All right, and your target number is 8, so you're looking for 8s or better.
For the best and for the beast. And I get an 8, a 10 and a couple of ones. I don't know if ones do anything here.
Ones do nothing here as long as
Okay,
you
so
have.
I get 3 successes plus 2, I get 5.
Yep. So the tens in this re-roll. They do not count as 2. So
Oh, reroll?
go
Okay,
ahead and
I'm gonna
re-roll your
reroll
10.
this
So
one.
we're at 2.
And I get a 1, so no, I get 4 total.
Excellent. You're able to sort of, the Chimera is definitely not feeling great, definitely tense, but you're able to sort of calm the creature down, bring their attention directly to you, sort of almost persuade them to sort of keep such a sharp focus that they're trying to drown out what's going on around them. It's not a perfect solution by any stretch, but they are definitely no longer a threat or danger to the rest of the ship, which is a
As long
bonus.
as the fish reserves last.
Right, exactly. Until you run out of food anyway. Then you might have a problem. Then crew might start becoming food. And so how about Kovos, the stone turner? Do you have anything you would
right.
like to try to do during this storm?
So I don't know a lot about this era's seacraft, but I'd like to see if I can get to a high point. I know they don't probably have a crow's nest, but maybe climb up the mast anyways to see if I can see land around, figure out where we are, where we need to head.
Sure, absolutely. First, let's give that an athletics to get up
Okay.
this. This is gonna be a difficulty of 2, effectively because of the rain slick wood. This is difficult ground you're moving up.
Okay.
So you may go ahead and give me that. You can pair that with might or dexterity at your preference.
All right. Definitely Dex. I have 5 in that, and I have 3 in athletics. 1, 2, 3.
Beautiful. You shimmy up the mast. Despite the wetness of the mast itself and the fact that the sail is sort of getting blasted outward and then coming back and just sort of smacking into you as you're climbing up.
Yeah.
You manage to not only make it to the top, but make it to the top looking not too bad in the process.
Cool. That's important.
And as you look off to port, you see there is what appears to be a relatively small island, but that island has a piece of statuary on it that's large enough for you to make out, despite the darkness. Like it kind of, you're getting more of a silhouette of it in the flashes of lightning than anything, but appears to be a large statue. Not quite like a Colossus of Rhodes large, but it is a sizable statue of. Hard to tell. It's a person, but it's really hard to get any sort of details beyond that.
All right. I do have direction sense and keen sight, so I'll try to shout out our rough heading or whatever, and where that island is to the oarsman or whoever. Do we have a helm? Do we have a tiller? I guess.
Yes, there is. Well, there are there are oarsmen, but there is also a helmsman. All of your crew are effectively extras. You are definitely the heroes of this journey.
So we're not going to see them very much longer, probably. I guess, knowing how these movies go. Jason and the Argonauts, not a lot of Argonauts left at the end of that movie.
There are plenty of bodies to whittle down between now and the end of the tale, but we're not quite there yet. You're shouting out a direction to them. Do you have any leadership or command?
No.
Okay, so this is you're just flat out pointing out facts.
Trying to be helpful, yeah.
Beautiful. And then what is Elias doing amid all this chaos?
So Elias is doing his best. So there's a sail and oarsman, correct?
Correct. Yeah. The sails. Honestly, the navigator is like trying. You can see they're like on the deck, and they have this weird sort of almost like a it's a device with several rings, almost like a gyroscope, and you can see they're trying to do some like calculations on it, and like basically trying to figure out like, do we want to try to be on ore power? Do we want to drop the sails? Or we like they're trying to figure out what the best solution is.
Okay.
And of course, like every time they get things in place and they're like, we got it, and they start to like mark a thing down, then the wind blows and or a wave smacks into them and the gyroscope gets knocked out. And damn it. And you go back to trying to fix it. So they're just having a hell of a time. They're almost kind of out of their element.
Okay. So I'm going to grab as much of the rigging I can that will be useful and try to hold it steady and to basically bring the sail into line.
Okay, excellent. And that would be probably, I would assume, like we'll do like a might technology.
Sure. I do have pilot as well. I don't
Pilot
know
would
if
be
that
great.
also.
Yeah,
Okay.
pilot would be great. If you want to lean on pilot and might, that would be fine. And do you have any gifts or anything that you're leveraging to this, or are you just being strong?
I have attaining a giant stature.
That is an option you could do. You could certainly, if you would like to, I believe that costs an inspiration to use, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, when you spend a point of inspiration to activate the gift, your character increases their size scale by +1, causing you to grow roughly twice your normal height and 8 times your weight. This also increases your durability and might scales by +1.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that just because I don't want to add extra weight to the boat at this moment.
That's fair enough.
But so let's see. I have 4 might, I think, and 2 pilot. All right. And 10's our roll again in this one, yeah?
Correct.
Okay. Oh, that's 2 10s.
Oh, glorious.
And continues exploding.
Absolutely.
Okay. So that puts me at 3. 4 successes.
Wonderful. As Kobos is up top, like yelling, like, this way, over here, we have the entire like sails like turns on you, and you're like, whoa! And you look down, and you can very clearly see Elias like got a foot like propped on the bottom of the mast and just rigging like wrapped up around his arms and just turning the whole thing. The navigator looks over and goes, well, fuck me, I guess, and puts his stuff away.
I've got it.
You manage to, despite the winds, despite the waves, you manage to steer the ship over to this island and find what appears to be a fairly safe port in which to dock it. The island itself is not terribly large. You'd be a little surprised if there was, in fact, what you might consider a city on this island. It's probably a little bit too big for that. But right by the port where you're able to dock, it's very clear to you that this is used as a common docking space. There's no physical docks per se, but it really does sort of make a easy docking area. It's a nice, clear little arrangement of shallow enough water for you to get in, but not so shallow that you're gonna run aground. And at the almost center of this sort of like, I know there's an actual term for it, but I'm terrible at nautical things. This cul-de-sac of water that you're in. There's effectively a stairwell, a set of stone stairs that has been carved leading up toward where you now can all clearly see this statue that you're fairly certain is a statue of Athena. What would you like to do?
Are we docked or are we getting closer?
They've pulled you in. They're getting you secured. They're tying the boat off to some outcroppings to keep it from running off. The
I
crew,
think
in the absence of other orders from you, the crew is saying we're going to wait this out.
I think Themista makes a beeline to safety, to safe solid ground, and so whoever is there will just see a creature just run and disappear into the woods or whatever shelter is there, looking for something to keep her out of the rain and chaos.
Beautiful. All right,
I'll
so
be
you
helping tie things down as well. So
excellent. So you're heading straight up with the Chimera. What is Kovos doing then?
I'll hop down. I'll slap Elias on the shoulder and say, "Just warn me next time you do something like that."
there wasn't time.
All right. So I'm looking up. I'm gonna walk up the beach a bit, up the stairs, and I'll put my hands on my hips and look up at the statue. I'm gonna tilt my head to one side. Like,
Yeah, I'm also not following the Chimera wherever she ran off because I know that when she runs off to do her own things, she's gonna just eat some wild animals and
mhm.
She'll be there
take
when you
her
need
out.
her. Of course.
She will just sleep somewhere, eat, do her own thing. I'm not gonna follow.
So then you're as well going up the stairs with Kovos?
Yeah.
Excellent. And Kovos, you said you have keen sight. So it's not hard for you to see that the statue is large enough that there's actually a like an archway in the bottom. So she's wearing like a ankle length dress. But in between her feet where they're poised to stand, there's an archway that is large enough for a slightly larger than a human to pass through. So very clearly there's something going on in the interior of this statue.
Yeah. It looks dark, I assume, under there.
Yeah, you can see, because again you have the keen sight, you can see almost like the flickering of what you're assuming is torchlight, like emanating from, as if you're fairly certain that if you go into this, either it would be a very, very long tunnel, which would, from your vantage, look like probably magical because there doesn't seem to be a structure behind it, or more likely a stairwell. And there's like torches below that you're seeing just the slightest shimmer from as you're looking down. Or as you're looking
At least it's
toward.
not raining down there.
Yeah. I want to get out of this storm. We should probably check it out.
All right. Are you
Now,
going? I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna try and do something. There's
Sure.
a thing in Aegis that's like a new version of dramatic editing called dire portent.
Sure.
All of this feels kind of dire portenty to me. The statue of Athena. What is something that Athena typically would object to?
That is an excellent question. So let's take a look.
Anyone being better at anything than she is.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's that.
Yeah.
That's a very valid point.
So she's associated with wisdom, warfare, and handicraft. She is definitely a competitive sort.
Okay.
So, but I would think particularly, like the first thing that might come to mind to you, or first things that might come to mind to you, would be, like a cheating to win a deception, a
So my stock and trade, basically, she's not a fan of.
and
All
yeah,
right.
and insult to the decorum of the contest.
All right. So I'll say that I see that as a warning to me specifically, but also I think to the crew at large, that we cannot take any shortcuts or cheat and steal on this island. And if we do, there'll be a 2-point complication, basically meaning that any kind of lie or whatever, any of those things will just be like by the fates unraveled. Somebody that'll be discovered immediately.
Wonderful. I love it. So, and if that should come to pass, you would then gain inspiration, which may take you over the maximum for the scene, and spend it immediately to dramatically edit appropriate preparations you've made for the foreseen calamity.
Great. All right. So I'm gonna like Theona sees me looking warily as I approach, and I'm muttering something. It sounds like a prayer to Athena. Please forgive this humble thief. I shall not transgress against you today.
Wonderful. Once the boat is secure, does Elias intend to catch up with the others?
Yes, and I will lead my steed off of the boat as well.
Excellent. And are you leaving any command with the crew? Or are you going to ask the crew to come inside as well, or are the crew meant to be watching the boat?
I will. I'll tell them to watch the boat and do any repairs necessary.
Excellent. Aye, and they start working. Obviously, since you're running a little bit behind, Elias, Kovos and Ciano, make your way to the door first.
I waste a little bit of time because if there's people in here, I don't want to appear like I'm imposing. So I go back to my stash of goods and get something precious that could be a little bottle of wine, a little vial of oil, something.
Some sort of a gift.
That would be like nice to bring to a dinner in case we end up stumbling into someone having dinner and asking for food, something like that. Say it's a little bottle of wine, maybe, for my areas.
Excellent. Yeah.
And then I head back into this place trying to
that will definitely, as
look
you're running back,
respectable.
that basically will put you more entering with Elias, and that definitely puts Kovos up front. So Kovos, you're going to wait for the rest of the group as you get to the door, and you can clearly see it's just a stone stairway that leads down. It looks like whatever this structure is, it is subterranean.
Okay. So I'll just keep an eye out for any signs of sounds or voices or anything like that. And then once they show up, I probably have a torch, or I can get a torch from a sconce or something.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you have all keen senses or just sight?
Just sight.
Okay. In that case, why don't you go ahead and give me a integrity cunning roll, and
Okay.
it'll just be a straight up regular integrity cunning roll. No.
Go figure. I don't have much integrity, but I do have cunning. I got 1 hit.
All right. You can definitely hear what you're fairly certain is a woman weeping.
Oh, that's not good. All right.
Trouble.
Yeah. As the other two approach, I'll put my hand to my ear and then say, "I hear a woman crying below."
A woman?
Yes.
Once this is pointed out to you, you all can sort of just get just the faintest sort of sniffling and weeping noise.
Oh, well, I look at my bottle of wine. This is gonna get put to good use, I guess.
All right. I'm gonna start stepping in and lead the way down the steps unless anybody stops me.
I'm following.
I too will follow.
Excellent. You make your way down a set of stairs, a remarkably long set of stairs. You would guess probably twice the length of the stairwell that you walked up to get here from the bay. As you get deeper, there are porches and sconces along the walls, and you can see there is almost a pattern of some sort that seems to be etched into the stone along the walls. Do either of you have, or do any of you have culture?
I do have quite a bit of it, and I am definitely gonna be curious about those, trying to figure out whether that's an alphabet or something I've known somewhere.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a culture and your choice of intellect or cunning.
I think intellect, because I'm just trying to remember if that's something I've studied or learned about.
Sure.
5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ok. Go. And I get 1, 2, 10s roll again. 3.
Glorious. As you're looking through these markings, you've heard rumors, particularly of distant lands in which it's said that when the gods speak in a particularly emotionally charged way, either out of anger or great pride, or the point being when their emotions are up, sometimes that can manifest as the words themselves being etched into the walls in a divine language that is outside of, or not meant for, mortal comprehension. Usually this occurs in tandem with an event where the gods are either trying to unify a group of people to a particular purpose, or the precise opposite. You do know of, for example, a story from southeast of here, where people believe that a group of mortals tried to build a tower to reach the gods and were struck dumb, their languages scattered by a word of command from divinity, at their angry at their pride. This seems like it might be a similar manifestation of some sort. It's beyond you to read or translate, but you're definitely certain that whatever caused this was divine in nature and of aggravated emotional state.
I take note of this and I start thinking what I might do about it if what we found down here warrants it.
Excellent. Are you mentioning anything to your companions, or are you just kind of keeping that out of your head?
Not for now. For now, I'm just mentally taking note of this. I'm also trying to not look too interested. It's probably very easy to see that I am actually nerding out about these walls a little bit, but I am trying very hard to keep it cool.
Okay. Are either of the others reacting to these at all? Are you engaging with these strange scrawlings at all, or are you simply proceeding forward?
No, Elias is not paying any attention to that. Writing Pasha.
I'm gonna look at them. They just look like chicken scratch to me, but I will say to Theona, watch your step.
Well, that's pretty interesting walls, don't you think?
I suppose. Can you read it?
Oh, I wish. Would be much richer than this if I could read this kind of stuff.
You recognize it?
I wish.
Then what are you worried about?
I don't know. I want to see what our crying mystery lady is crying about.
Hmm.
Hoping it's not gonna make us cry too. I don't have a very good feeling about this.
Just about the time you say the magic words, you see a corner ahead of you at the bottom of the stairs, and the weeping is now very, very, very pronounced. It's very clearly coming from whatever the chamber is beyond this corner. You all, I assume, are stepping in to the chamber.
Yeah.
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 As you do, there's a woman. The chamber itself isn't terribly large, probably, roughly 20 by 20. It's not exactly square. And the walls are more like rough hewn than actually like specifically carved out. There's an altar, and atop that altar is like a platform of bronze, and on that platform is basically like a almost like crescent moon pointed upward. It looks very clear to you that there's something that's meant to be on display there that is not presently there. She is literally like leaning on this altar, like on her knees, leaning on the altar, weeping audibly. Seems to be so much so that she's not even noticed that you've entered.
I'm going to just clear my throat loudly.
Excellent.
The same thing.
She gasps audibly and spins. This woman looks like she's probably in her 60s or 70s. Very, very elderly woman. Very long gray hair that's kind of like the front and sides are up, but all of it hanging loosely in the back. And she's dressed in a dress similar to the one depicted on the statue. And she sort of inhales sharply and spins around and says, "Oh my! Oh, the gods have answered my prayers. Oh, thank you so much. You must have been sent here. I've been begging for heroes."
Technically,
Would you say
we've
that you
been.
need a hero?
I do.
Were you holding
I
out
was
for
holding
one?
out for a hero till the morning light, but fortunately, I didn't have to wait that long.
Technically, one could say it was the god of the seas and the gods of the storms that sent us, but that would be adding poetry to a more prosaic tale. We're just hiding from the storm out there, and we just happen to be here. But hey, we might also happen to be useful. Never put a limit to what the fate can decide.
I would not doubt the hands of the gods here, for the gods have been angered this day. I have been tasked with maintaining this shrine.
It looks well maintained.
It does, but our treasure, what was left here, has been stolen.
I
And-
side-eye Corvus.
I've never been here before. Just arrived. What was it that was supposed to be there on that pedestal?
I am. This temple is in the honor of the Hermanthia. The union and duality between Hermes and Athena. Athena is represented by the statuary above, but here below is the true treasure of the temple. A Talaria that was meant to be held until either Hermes or a descendant of his claimed it.
The irony does not escape me that a thief has claimed something belonging to Hermes, but I shut up about it.
I was thinking the same thing.
I make a very easily readable face, but I try very hard to shut up about it.
He says the Talaria was blessed that any who bear it, not only can they travel at Hermes' speed, but anything they steal whilst wearing these sandals, they cannot be perceived taking.
I side-eye Corvus again.
I really don't know anything about this, I promise. But it does sound like that could be handy to have. So I can understand why maybe someone would borrow it.
I do suspect that it was taken by a thief or a guild of thieves who would use it to try to attempt a heist of some sort.
Is there anything that you have in mind? Like, do you think there's any treasure they might be specifically seeking around here?
My fear is that they may have descended into the caverns below this very island.
I uncork the bottle of wine and I look for something like glasses or anything in the
There's some
paraphernalia that can be
there's some
repurposed.
goblets. There's some goblets about.
I get
Well,
one,
would
I
you
fill
have
it for
as well?
myself, and then I say, anyone want some wine? I think we all need some wine here. It's gonna be a night.
She wipes her cheeks and says, "I must remain sober until this is resolved."
Admirable. I don't. And I take a sip.
She says, "Beyond the statue, there's a cavern entrance. It is said that one of the thunderbolts of Zeus was stolen and hidden within those caverns, that a great inventor crafted a series of traps to prevent it from being taken. And that when the true heir or master of the Talaria were to arrive, they would be able to pass these trials and claim the Thunderbolt. But in doing so, they would seal their fate to stand against a great threat against the world.
Sounds like a little bit of a double-edged prize. Like, sure, you get good toys, but also responsibilities. I don't know.
Yes, the legends claim that whoever holds that Thunderbolt will face off against a grievous monster, that a Titan, effectively. But should they survive, they will hold power akin to the highest of the gods.
Hmm.
I can only imagine what sort of monstrous soul would have stolen so precious an artifact for their own ends.
The gifts of the gods truly do never come without burden.
She nods. Were it the true heir, I would not be concerned, but the true heir was meant to come to me and answer a series of questions to prove their truth and their worth.
But this person skipped that step.
They did. They must not be the true heir.
So
Or
no
maybe they
clue.
are. I mean, that's a very Hermes thing to do.
Yeah.
Taking the game, cheating the game, stealing, using cunning instead of following the rules.
That is
I
true.
mean, it could be.
Hmm.
I can hope. I can wish. What I have prayed for is someone with the courage and the tenacity to enter the caves and either verify that the Thunderbolt is still where it belongs or defeat the thief.
Okay, so do I believe her? Does she sound believable? Or is she spinning a tall tale?
I would say you could go with empathy. You could go with cunning. You could, or you could go with integrity, cunning.
I'll go with
try to sort that out.
integrity cunning. I want to know whether she's being sincere or whether we're being sold a convenient tall tale before we embark in some suicidal heroics.
Sure.
And I get a fat nothing with a 1. No, without a 1. I just get a normal fat nothing.
There's nothing about her demeanor that screams to you that she's lying, but she's also laying on the emotions very thick, which is not to say that that is an act per se, so much as it's just she's coming off so disheveled that it's very, very difficult for you to tell if it's an act or if it's genuine.
I wait to see how my companions react to this.
Sounds like a mighty quest. And I'll
Indeed.
sort of like tighten my enormous belt.
Right. I'll smile over at you, Elias, and say, yeah, I'd kind of be curious to see this thunderbolt.
Right, here we go again. Give me a moment, will you? I step back towards the stairs and I go when I'm under below in order to have like a straight tube of air connecting me to the end. And I pull out my whistle. I have a tiny ornate whistle. And I blow into it very loudly, but no sound comes out. Because I am ahead of my time. And
Effectively, you're using a dog whistle?
Yep.
Beautiful.
My advanced technology is a dog whistle to call my pet.
Okay.
And then I come back knowing that eventually when she's done doing her thing, she will come if she wants to, but I can't really force her. Like, she knows where I am. That's the best I can do.
Sure, that's fair. So she says, will you then?
I will.
Yes.
Someone needs to make sure these two stay alive. Although there is something we might try before we embark. This is a temple, right? It's a temple connected to two deities. We have the word of their priestess that something's going on, but why not hear from the directly interest parties? If you give me permission, milady, I would like to pray to the gods you serve to make sure we are welcome and we have permission, and this is actually what we should do. Is that good for you?
This is a temple.
Is it allowed?
What purpose has it if not to commune with the gods?
I'm asking permission because it's your temple and you get to decide who has this privilege.
This temple belongs to Athena and Hermes. I am merely a vessel. You may do what you must.
Then I thank you for your hospitality. I hope your trust is well placed. I would like to use my divine possession gift.
Excellent.
It costs 1 inspiration point.
Beautiful.
The oracle allows himself to be possessed by the will of the gods. In a trance, he realizes their insights. Spends an inspiration point to connect to divine energy surrounding him, learning about nearby threats or disturbances from the area's spirits and genius loci. And this allows him to visualize a map of nearby terrain, foes, atmospheric condition, whatever information you want to give me, basically.
Sure.
And I have to relay the information to my comrades verbally.
Excellent. So tell me, in the past, when you've used this ability, how does it normally manifest when, taps into this divinity? Is it, your eyes roll back in your head and you start whispering? Is it that your eyes are closed and you're rocking back and forth? Like, what's the normal, how does this
I normally just sit down, crisscross applesauce. I breathe calmly for a couple minutes. I drink an amount of wine, some of which is necessary for the ritual, a little bit of more of which is recreational. And when I have calmed down and focused, I start just talking in a voice that's pretty much mine, but can change accent a little bit depending on who's talking through me.
Wonderful.
And people can ask me questions and I will answer.
Glorious. Safe to assume that your shipmates have seen you do this before?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So as Theano sort of gets into pose, you all kind of know what you would normally expect. And at first, that is the case. She begins her breathing. But it becomes apparent very quickly that this is not a normal occurrence when she begins levitating off of the ground. The wind inside this place picks up, throwing all of your hair about. Like basically, it's not quite like a cyclone, but there's a spinning wind inside the temple. As she elevates to the point where, while though she is sitting cross-legged, she is hovering at eye level with you all. And she begins saying in a very different voice that sounds like a very masculine and a highly feminine voice speaking in concert. Says, the quest for the Thunderbolt requires the hero to show great might, to show fantastic stealth, and to display wisdom beyond mortal ken. Who cannot complete these trials is doomed. You can certainly ask a couple of questions of these beings as they're being channeled. And I would even allow, you can probably eke out a question that your traveling companions could then repeat. You're used to the idea, used to is probably a strong term, but you know what it's like to channel this sort of energy normally. And you are very much not in a normal space right now. It feels like something far more powerful than anything you've ever touched is now in the driver's seat of your body. So,
I have a question.
yes.
Who is in possession of the winged sandals that were here?
No one. Perhaps you didn't hear me.
Mm.
Whosoever cannot complete the trials is doomed.
Oh, he done fucked up.
Okay. Well, this would have competition at least.
I cannot really speak, but I gesture towards the. I gesture to my companions towards the priestess. I try to get their
Oh.
attention to
Right.
and just encourage them to ask about her. But that's
Yeah.
like a.
Yeah, I pick up on that and say, does this woman speak for you?
He serves us faithfully.
Okay.
Any other question?
I got one more. Unless Elias wants to ask one.
Honestly, I cannot think of a question that Elias would think of.
Okay.
Very good.
I try to make a monster. I make
That
this
was-
face.
that was
This is the
good.
best I can do. I make this face.
Uh, what creature or danger guards the Thunderbolt? What?
You have been told what must be overcome.
So a Titan.
But like in plain language, I'm not smart.
She says, those who are not worthy will recognize the trials in hindsight.
Cool.
Oracles.
Cool.
All right. Okay.
Like, oh, that's what killed me.
Yeah. Great. Okay. I'm all out of questions.
Any last thing that I assume Elias has not, that has not sparked any new questions for you? Anything for Tiana?
I don't really feel like I would be able to. Like my questions are too complicated for this context, so I'll just try to concentrate on what I'm feeling to figure out whether the two deities that are talking to me are actually them. Like I'm trying to figure out if they actually feel like I would expect those two to feel like.
As far as you are concerned, yes.
Okay.
To your mind,
That's all I have to
there is
ask.
not a doubt in your mind that you are channeling these gods.
Okay.
With that, then, you fall, not quite gently, onto the ground. If any of you were down inspiration, you're not anymore. As the
I'll try to
pulses
catch
through
her as
your
she
ear.
falls.
Excellent, you do so. Enough to keep her from cracking a tailbone anyway.
Thank you. I appreciate. Do I also get my inspiration back because I just spent it?
Absolutely, yeah. Like the entire area
wow.
basically is flooded with inspiration.
Amazing.
This would be considered exposure to flux if somebody was about to be turned into an inspired. Like you just let out like a blast of flux effectively as the gods leave you.
Was the priestess already an inspired?
No, and she still isn't. She drops to her knees and says, "The gods have spoken. The gods have spoken." And starts weeping again.
They should have. Oh, that was something. Ooh.
So this is a big deal. We've got
This does kind of feel like a big deal, yeah.
something worthy of us at last.
I put the cork back into my bottle and I put it into my satchel because I'm gonna need it.
Mhm.
I have a feeling I'm going to need another drink.
Yeah.
That is fair.
So I will ask the priestess if she hasn't told us already the way to the cavern.
She says, if you go back up the stairs and walk around to the back of the statue, and then just move with your back to the center of the statue, move straight forward and continue on. Be mindful of the ground. You will see the entrance.
Very well.
You plan on coming with us?
It is beyond my ken. I would not survive the trials.
Fair enough. Was worth asking.
Indeed. May the gods favor you. And she kisses each of you on
Let's
your
hope.
cheek.
And also with you.
Thank you for your hospitality. I hope we can solve the problems that afflict you.
You will. I have faith. The gods
Yeah.
brought you here.
Yes, worry not. We have got this.
The great might of Elias, the stealth of Kovos, and the wisdom of Theano. How can we fail?
To be fair, the fact that we are even trying to do this kind of put said wisdom in doubt. But yeah, sure.
Fair enough. Are there any other preparations, things you would like to do before you make your way out of the temple, or before you make your way to the back of the temple? Are you when you do step out, your chimera will be there waiting for you.
I whistle my dog whistle in the dinner time sequence because it's
Alright.
more likely to get the attention of my pet.
Sure. Anything else that anyone wants to tackle?
I do have a horse,
Oh,
technically.
You do?
Yeah, I have a magnificent steed. But I wonder how useful a magnificent steed will be.
Well, it
Underground.
depends. How magnificent is your steed? Is your steed just a horse? Do you have a Pegasus? Do you have is it something else?
I like to think that it is a horse capable of running across any terrain. I don't think I have a Pegasus.
Might not be a bad thing to have with you.
Yeah, I think yes. I'll bring my horse down.
But just be aware there could very well be like a swamp of sadness down here.
But that's a type of terrain, you see. No.
Anytime I can traumatize anyone around my age group with Artax, I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trauma unlocked.
So I have in my specialties potions. Does it mean that maybe on if I go back to the boat, I have something useful that I can bring with me that I could have? I don't know, some.
Yeah, so like mechanically speaking, what the specialty in potions does is basically means if you're doing a roll for any of your other skills other than the one that the potions is in, I believe that's in technology, right? So
Yeah, it's on
if you're
technology.
doing a roll that's not technology specific that involves potions, it gives you a +1 bonus. That said,
Oh, okay.
you all have inspiration. Dramatic editing is a thing you can do, right? So if you want to establish going in that you're going to stop at the boat and grab some potions, then later on you have a very easy excuse to be like, I'm going to spend an inspiration so that this potion does this thing, right?
Okay.
So
So
I'm
how do
A-okay
I
with
do
that.
this mechanical? Because
So
by
mechanically, right
logic,
now, all you're
yeah.
doing is go ahead. All you're doing right now, mechanically, is saying I'm going to go grab some potions, and
Yeah,
then
I'm
that
gonna
opens
go
the
grab
door.
some of my highly experimental medication that I bring with me on long trips. You know, seasickness,
Right.
headache, whatever, hangover.
I have this Tylenol I have invented.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've distilled the essence of the bark of the willow tree.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's exactly what I had in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can certainly have a potions kit, and then that way, if and that wouldn't just be you. If any of you wants to pop inspiration to have a potion of X available, it might be more than one depending on what kind of it would be like 3 inspiration to have I have a potion of make this enemy into a friend, for example. Obviously the more of a narrative impact, the higher the inspiration cost, but now you have a very good excuse as to why you might have some potions that would do some cool things. So I'm for it.
I think what Elias would be doing would be gathering various bits of gear. His bow, arrows, probably a breastplate.
Okay. Cool.
A sword, whether or not he chooses to use it is questionable.
Fair.
But just kind of basic stuff like that. His belt, of course, which does not leave his person.
And just so that I'm clear, you're bringing the horse and the chimera with you to the cave.
Oh yeah.
All right. And then is there anything Kovos is grabbing?
No, I mean he has some items that he picked up in his travels, but he always has those with him.
Right,
So
so
I think he's
no special supplies.
no.
All right, racking
I
up.
leave down written notes, a written note on what to do with my stuff, my notes, my parchments or whatever, like my papyrus, my stuff that I left on my cabin, in case I end up not surviving this moment of wisdom.
Right ahead.
So, and then I say, okay, let's do this, and head out following my wise companions.
I'm gonna
Glorious.
mutter to Elias. She's always so pessimistic. Do you notice that?
She doesn't look like a pest.
You're right, friend. She does not look like a pest.
Listen, they don't call me Elias the Wise for nothing.
Now pat you on the shoulder somewhat patronizingly and nod. And then we
Yes,
continue.
in fact, they don't call me that at all.
They do, but very sarcastically.
They might stop calling me so too. I keep getting myself involved in this kind of bullshit.
Once we go a little ways up the stairs, I'll turn and I'll address the crew, and I'll be like, "Men, women, we embark upon a glorious quest. So just like hang out. Cool."
I tell my chimera, don't feel excluded. I think you're included in women. Don't worry.
She,
Well, the chimera is not part of the crew. I was addressing the crew.
She's part of the crew.
Well, no, they're the crew. She's included in us, the party.
Oh, I thought you meant us. Okay, never mind.
No. Just the mooks.
We wait till you're out of earshot before you call them that, I hope.
of course.
Well, I think I'm out of earshot, but I think my voice carries.
Sure. I'll wince.
Oh, I also bring an extra fish, an extra dried fish. Or two. Because she might need a treat to be convinced in difficult moments.
Okay. Excellent. Any other preps, or are we heading to the?
We going for it.
Excellent. You make your way to the area of the statue you were told to place your back against. As you do, it looks like this island is fairly overgrown. There's tall grasses. There's several trees. The storm is still raging above, but the precipitation is stopped at this point. The sky is still dark, though punctuated with blasts of lightning. But you're not currently being rained on. How are you proceeding to search for this entrance, I guess? Are you simply walking forward and looking, or are you doing any other sort of means of trying to discern where the entrance is?
I'm gonna spend a point of inspiration on a gift I have called "I'll Never Stop."
Okay.
Basically, I have an aspiration to tell a lie about an adventure, so I'm going to associate this adventure with the quest for the lightning bolt. And basically, I'll get +3 enhancement on investigations related to finding that thing for the rest of the session.
Okay, and you're attaching it to what specifically? To the entrance?
To the Thunderbolt, I think.
Oh, to the Thunderbolt. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So anything that's any investigation that leads in that direction.
Right.
Nice. I like it.
And then with that in mind, I will probably try to I'll be scouting ahead a little bit with a torch and trying to see what I can make out of the landscape and watching for any sudden falls or drops or whatever.
Beautiful.
And Elias will be looking around for any attack, any creatures, people, whatever.
All right. Well, in that case,
I tell the chimera to sniff for a hole or anything weird.
beautiful. In that case, let's do. Is there a skill that you particularly had in mind that Kovos would be leaning on?
I mean, I guess not larceny, survival. I'll use survival.
All right. Let's do a survival. I would say cunning, but I'm open to hearing other things.
No, cunning is preferred. Yeah,
I would
think in
give
this
you
case.
not only the enhancement, thank you, or the gifts that you've activated, but you also have the +1 from your keen sense.
Yep. Okay.
So you're basically at 3 enhancement at this point.
All right.
Uh,
Oh wow! I got 3 10s.
Excellent.
1 more 10. So I got 4.
Beautiful. So that's total of 7 successes, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. I'll get back to that in a moment.
Okay.
The Chimera, let's go ahead and have you roll the Chimera's primary pool, which is 9.
Yep.
This
I have a
fall under-
stats. Hard to figure out how they work, but I have them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yep, and then they will get +2 enhancement on this as well, because this falls under the fact that they have many heads, which therefore makes them more perceptive.
And she's got, this is a 10, and she's just, holy shit, that's a lot of useful dice. Let me reroll this 10.
Excellent.
She got 2 successes.
Excellent. I will bear that in mind. And then, again, sorry, Stu, you were your action
Just
again.
scanning for enemies.
You're looking around the periphery. Excellent.
Yeah.
Would you like to lean on integrity for that? Would you like to lean on a combat skill, like a ranged combat for that? Would you like to
Well, I
lean
have
on survival.
aim.
Aim. All right, beautiful. Well, you can give me. I would let you go either integrity cunning or aim cunning.
Okay, I'll go with aim and cunning.
Beautiful.
That is 3 successes.
All right. So in sort of reverse order, as you scan the periphery, there is no evidence whatsoever of any hidden enemies. The Chimera seems to pick up on some sort of a scent and starts moving dead ahead, sniffing the ground. Now, with Kovos' mighty 7 successes, you're going to get some fairly in-depth detail. You can tell that probably about 200 paces away from the statue, there's basically like some hidden amongst the tall grass. You can see a divot. There's the cavern entrance is not like something that is upright and you're going to walk into. It appears to be a hole in the ground. You can also tell by the way the grass has been moved that a single individual, probably a fairly light individual, So, 110, 115 pounds, maybe. Moving at a rather rapid pace, has passed through here fairly recently. You normally wouldn't be able to spot that with all the rainfall and all that sort of things, but you have exceptionally sharp senses, so we're able to see the last remnants of that evidence.
Okay.
You can also tell that the drop itself is at least further down than like a body's length. There's a significant drop.
Okay. So I'll walk up near the entrance and stop and motion the others to be careful and let them know what I saw signs that a light-footed traveler passed through here recently. Suspect that's our winged thief.
Yes.
May the gods of the underworld welcome their soul.
Hmm. Well, we don't know for sure they're dead, right?
It was kind of heavily implied.
Yeah.
No, he
All
said they're light-footed. I don't think they're heavy.
As you all
But they
arrive,
are implied.
at the hole, it becomes very clear to you as you look down. First of all, there's no light sources down there, so it could be nearly bottomless as far as you can tell. With the lack of light. Now, Kovos, due to your immensely intense perceptions, your eyes do adjust enough that you can see there's a bottom. It's about probably 60 feet down.
Okay. Quite a drop.
And you can also tell, actually, that there's a curled up rope at the bottom.
Oh. So somebody... Oh, okay. So they didn't make it all the way down, or they just dropped it down there.
Yeah, or they got to the bottom and
Hold it down. Okay.
Is the hole deep enough for a chimera to go down and fetch?
Sure.
Well, wide enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
I tell her, fetch.
All right.
I do the fake launching something and I go, fetch, pointing at the rope.
Assuming, of course, Kovos, you're sharing this data with the group.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not hiding any of that.
Excellent. So, yeah, the chimera swoops down, comes back up, rope in one of their mouths. And there is
good boy, good girl.
There is
good
there's
I
a
don't
grappling.
have enough hands to pat all the heads, so I
take turns. There is a grapple on the end of the rope as well, and that grapple does have some dirt in it. So it looks like they grappled themselves on, climbed down, and then pulled the grapple off, allowing them to have it down there with them, basically to prevent anyone from following them down.
Okay. What's your athletics, Elias?
I am the most athletic.
Okay. Maybe you should be the first to go down?
Or get on my horse.
How
And
does
my
that
horse my horse will take a step and then go and start just clip-clopping down the
running down the rope. I love it.
Yeah.
How does a horse clip clop down a rope?
Because that horse
magic
can run
horse.
on anything.
Wow. Spider horse.
Can run across water, can run up a wall.
Pretty handy.
It can't stop on the wall, but it can run on the wall.
Excellent. So you're the
Can
first.
someone? Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No.
I
Sorry.
was gonna say that does then put you as the first one down. It's pitch black. There's nothing you can see down here.
It's dark.
And you say that and it echoes.
Yeah.
Wait, someone's down here with me repeating what I say.
Does
anyone have a torch?
Which is exactly why they call you a last one.
have a torch.
And second question, can someone lower me like a bag of apples, because there's no potatoes yet, because I do not have the skills to lower myself gracefully down a rope without splatting on the bottom.
Okay. Yeah. I'll lower you down. And
I really appreciate that.
give you
I
the
don't care
torch.
if it's dignified. I just want to arrive in one piece.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I start getting some slack and lowering you down. If you want the torch, you can have that as well. And then I'll wait till I see you get down, touchdown with Elias.
I'm holding the torch and the rope as I'm being lowered down for dear life, questioning all my life choices.
As you come down with the torch illuminates the area. You can clearly see that this chamber, probably about 60 feet, vaguely circular chamber. At the end, going in the direction that you've been walking, so away from the temple, there appears to be a massive stone disc, upright, sort of acting as a doorway in front of the what you're assuming is the actual, it's an entranceway effectively. It's very plain to see as soon as the light illuminates the bottom that there is a broken piece of wood, looks like maybe a pole of some sort, kind of sticking out of the lower corner to your left, and a large, meaty stain. Stain's probably the wrong word. Fresh, wet spot on the door near where that pole is. And a shoe.
Give me a lever long enough, they say. Apparently that one wasn't.
All right.
Are we saying that we need to move this disc? Is that what all this means?
I mean, someone tried.
Oh, well.
And what were you saying, Mike? Sorry?
I'm just scamper down the rope to get down to their level.
So yeah, you see this as well. There's no language on it. There's no like wording or anything like that. But there's clearly it looks like a door that would, be rolled out of the way. But it's huge.
Okay.
It's probably you've dropped about 60 feet. It's probably 30 feet tall.
Okay. And the stain we're talking about is remains?
It's very clear to you that somebody tried to pry this thing open and slither through, and it fell on them.
Okay. Well, Elias, I think your might will come in useful here. We'll stay back here where it's just to give you plenty of room.
Not to disrespect Elias' might, but anyone familiar with the work of respected Archimedes would know that with a lever that size,
I don't know. As you're talking about this, the others look at you like you grew a second head because Archimedes won't be around for another about 1,000 years or so.
She had a vision. She had a vision.
Even if Archimedes was around, Elias would still look at you the same. So worry not.
Fair, yeah, I consider the idea.
Yeah.
So Elias is going to hop down off of his horse, which I've decided just now that its name is absolutely Artax.
Excellent. That's not a dire important for the horse or anything.
So I have in my edges a 5-dot artifact.
Yes, that is your horse.
Which is okay. That is my horse.
Yep.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Because just in case, I was like, well, I'm going to design design one. But that's fine.
Yep.
Nope.
The artifacts are the pets, basically.
Okay.
And then I think
No problem. So I'm going to then crack these knuckles. I'm going to activate my attaining a giant stature.
excellent.
And was that cost 1 inspiration, I think?
1 inspiration, yes.
Okay. And move it.
Wonderful. Now to dial things out, zoom things out, I guess I should say, to a mechanical level, when you activate the giant stature, this will put you on the same size scale as the object, but it's still going to be pretty heavy.
Yeah.
So I would point out that you do have the option of spending an additional point of inspiration. You wouldn't be able to do it in the same turn, but you do grow and then walk over to it and spend a point of inspiration for a feat of scale to add additional scale to your lift. That is an option you have.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
All right. In that case, let's get a athletics might. You're going to be at difficulty 3.
Okay.
But because you've added the additional feat of scale, then you'll have 2 enhancement from the scale.
Okay, so I have 3 for athletics. I have regular 4 for might. My might goes up by 1 when I increase my size as well, right?
No, your might scale goes up by 1.
Oh, my might scale goes up by 1, so that's...
Yep, so that's what's putting you on par with it. And then
Yeah.
the extra feat of scale is giving you the extra 2 enhancement.
Okay.
Makes
so I've
sense?
got, yeah, 2. I'm just making sure I have the right amount of dice here. I don't want to roll too many. Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah. Okay. Really? That many dice and I get 2 successes.
Plus 2 enhancement from the scale, so that is sufficient to move it.
Right. There we go.
You grab this and start rolling it over. You realize as you're rolling it that it is constantly pulling toward being shut. So you're gonna have to basically like hold it up and move through it and then shut it.
That's fine. I'll hold it open for everyone.
Excellent. As you do, it becomes very apparent to the rest of you that this soupy bit of remains is what looks like probably a fairly light-footed person. You do see the cracked and shattered remnants of what they had for gear with them. And most importantly, amid this soup, just on the other side of that door, which was a couple feet thick, by the way, you do see the blood and gore encrusted sandals with wings.
Are they still
on
functional?
them.
Are there
Like, throw
still
'em on?
sandals?
They're still sandals, yeah. You can.
Yeah.
They're still sandal shaped. They do still appear to have all their buckles and straps.
I will get on my knees and try to clean them off.
I assume fully into the next room.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna just force Elias to hold the door for me. No. Yeah, no, I'll go inside and then we'll try and clean them off a little bit because I don't want bits of foot left over in my sandals.
Sure, that's fair. You are wiping them down as the rest of the crew makes their way past the door.
Including the host
I'm
and the
assuming.
chimera?
Are you bringing the
Yeah,
rest of the Chimera
sure.
into the room?
Yeah.
He's handy.
All right, excellent. So you go in the rest of the way, and Elias, you're able to step around and slide it over. Now you will remain in giant stature for the remainder of the scene. I'm going to treat the scene as your duration down here, at least until you get to the Thunderbolt room, should you survive long enough.
Okay.
That said, though, you do lose the other scale benefit because that's only for 1 action.
That's fine.
Once you get to the next room, you can see that this is a tunnel. No light sources anywhere. This tunnel probably goes down about 100 feet or so. Again, it's very dark, but Kovos has amazing sight. So you're able to tell as you're sort of wiping off the gore and you look up. This tunnel ends in what appears to be a chamber. You can clearly see that there's a fall off and then a tower in the center of that chamber.
Okay.
But you'd have to get closer to inspect it.
Okay. So, I can put on the sandals first. I'm gonna move with the rest of you guys since we only have one torch at the moment. And keep an eye ahead as we're going, looking at the walls for anything fishy. And the floor, I guess.
Or a spare torch that we could detach and use.
There's absolutely nothing. The only thing that you find on the walls are there's actually a carving
Again.
that this time is in ancient Greek, so easy for you all to read. That states that only by blinding the panopticon may you pass.
My atemporal knowledge had already pinged me when you said tower in a hole.
It says only the penitent man shall pass. No. But in Latin, Jehovah starts with an I.
I have no idea why. I have no idea why, but my weird phenomenon that has me have flashes of weird stuff from futures makes me immediately think of that little weird shape when I read the word.
Sure. If you'd like, since you are holding the torch, you are approaching it. I would let you make a cunning technology
Okay.
to see if you can figure out exactly what that means.
How that's supposed to work.
So, yep, exactly. It is very
Okay.
clear to you that this room, the fall off, again, looks like it's deeper than you can see from your vantage point. The actual ledge around the outside of the room is probably 5 feet wide. And then you've got probably a 20-foot gap before it reaches the tower. Atop the tower is what appears to be some sort of glowing. You can't quite see what the object is, but you can see a glow emanating from the upper portion of the tower, which is probably about 15 to 20 feet above the ledge. There does not appear, at least from your vantage, to be any way to reach the tower from the ledge. Though there could very well be on the other side. What did you get on your technology roll?
I got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Glorious. So you're fairly certain that the panopticon is that whatever is causing that glow on the top of the tower is the eye of the panopticon. It is the thing that you need to blind.
And it's on top.
On top of the tower that you cannot see an easy way to reach.
Is there anything about it that looks like weapons? Like holes in the wall from which arrows might spring, or anything that looks like traps? Obviously, obvious traps.
How many successes did you get on your technology?
What?
How many successes?
4.
4. You're fairly certain there's no visible traps. There's not any arrow slits. There's not any wires you can see. There's nothing along those lines. You are also certain that there is some sort of divine energy fueling this thing. So you're not sure that it can't just cast lightning out of it at whoever it sees. or perhaps even strange futuristic focused light, such as frickin' laser beams.
I tell my companions, something tells me it's not gonna be something as simple as telling my pet to go sit on it. I mean, being covered in fur would blind anything, but I don't trust that to be that easy or that safe.
What if we put a big sack over it?
Yeah, that was the idea, but how do we do that?
I don't have a big sack.
I just had 12 innuendos pop up in my brain.
So what do we know about these sandals? The hermetic
Supposedly,
sandals?
according to the legend, if you are wearing it, you cannot be perceived as stealing an object.
Okay. I'm going to say, Athena, forgive me. And I'm going to try and using these things on my feet, sneak up. And I guess I'm going to have to jump or something. I'm not sure how to get up there. It's the only problem.
It's a valid point.
Elias, can you toss covers into the middle? Like, can you yeet covers?
I can absolutely throw Kovos.
All right. I guess that's what we're going to do.
So the plan is to fastball special.
Yeah.
the
I'm going to
hopefully
go
invisible
over,
thief.
go over the
Yeah, we
plan
don't
several times
technically-
with Elias.
Technically, we don't know if he's gonna be invisible after he has caught the object he's trying to steal or in the process of stealing it. That was pretty ambiguous. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you think about it, it's sort of a philosophical question. What makes the thief? Is it the having stolen, or is it the intent itself to steal? What makes a thief? If someone intends to steal but never gets to in all their lives, does that make him a thief? I mean, someone
Elias
never
is going to
intends to
pick up
steal,
a
but
rock and just throw it straight up to see what happens.
Excellent. You throw the rock into the chamber, and as you do, a beam of divine light fires forth from this glow and just removes the rock from existence. There's no dust. There's no nothing is left behind. No ash. It simply no longer exists. It's as if the gods snatched it directly to Olympus.
So
We
I
don't
guess we
want
should be sure
that
that
to
this
happen.
works, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
however, there's no way to prove whether a rock has or hasn't got intent to steal.
No, you lost me there with that one. Yeah, no. How does a rock? Rocks don't have intention.
And we don't even know if intention is sufficient to make something a thief anyway. So
I'm a thief. I am a thief. I have thefted many times.
This
So
is news to me.
Really? Okay, well, sure. Listen, we're gonna go over this 3 times, and I start laying out with Athena's help, hopefully, for Elias, how to accomplish this, which I'm gonna take as assumed, which is maybe not wise, the sandals will work, and I will not be immediately blown out of the sky. But I need him to throw me at a certain angle so that I can nab the whatever's up there on top of the tower and not fall all the way down into the pit. That's
where did the light come from?
Unfortunately, because of the angle, you cannot see what is casting the light.
Okay.
If there were a way for you to get a reflective material up there, for example.
Yeah, I was
you might
thinking
be
about
able to
mirrors, but one,
see.
we don't have them, and two, we don't know where the light comes from.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like locationally where the light is coming from, like you can very clearly see. But if you imagine, it's almost like how a castle has my words are not working. You know, there's like the embankment where it surrounds the top of a castle tower.
Mm,
Yeah.
You can't see over that edge, but there's clearly something there that can see you.
something inside the top. Okay.
Right. You
Um,
need something reflective, you said?
That'd be one way to see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like a very, very, very clean blade or shield.
Well, here is my sword. We can shine it.
You are actually smart, Elias. Did you know that?
Of course. I am Elias the Wise.
Indeed, indeed.
Perfect. So you're gonna shine the sword and attempt to get it up there so you can see what you're dealing with. Is that
we have a pole.
You do have a pole.
Right.
So
You do have a pole.
So we use the pole, stick it up high as we can, and try to get an angle. So maybe get a better look at what's up there. Like,
Sure.
Yeah.
I like the way you're
And
thinking.
the sword is also quite large at this time, so
Right, because everything
Yeah.
that you have has grown.
it's big.
Tell me, is that sword itself, that sword is just a sword that's big because you're big, right?
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. Well, in that case, then I would say this is going to be an athletics dex to try
Okay.
to maneuver the pole into a place where you can see what's going on.
all right. I'll do that. So I get 7 dice. Oh, do you want to do something, Elias?
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
And we'll assume that
Wow. That's the best roll I've ever had. I have all 8s or 9s or 10s.
beautiful,
So I got 7 hits.
amazing. The good news is that you are able to get it into place. And you are currently wearing the sandals, correct?
Mhm.
As you move the sword into place so that you can see what's going on in the reflection, it doesn't seem to notice it at
Right.
all. Which can very easily read to you as, because this is part of the process of you stealing the item,
Mm-hmm.
the enchantments are protecting you. With that many hits, I would say that you're also confident, Kovos, that Athena does not view this as cheating. This is the point, right?
Okay.
You're doing what's been asked of you.
Gotcha. Okay.
You are able to maneuver the sword into such a way where you can see. It's a little hard to gauge scale in the reflection of a wildly oversized sword. But your guess is that there's this item is about the size of a fist, and it appears to be a ruby. However, like an uncut ruby, so it's very irregular and very disproportionate. It's not symmetrical at all. However, there are what appear to be some sort of coils or tubes that not only wrap around it in odd intervals, making almost like a net pattern around it, but they also seem to actually stick into it. And throughout those tubes is a golden ichor flowing through almost like a pulse
Oh.
that you are fairly certain is ambrosia.
Okay. This thing is using ambrosia to power it or to protect it or something.
And you get 7 hits. I'll go you even one better. As you're moving it, you notice one other very interesting factoid, which is that the opposite of your vantage from the door, you can
Mhm.
see there is a ledge that goes out from the edge up to the tower. So basically, the challenge being you have to sneak past this to get around behind the tower, and then
I
walk
see.
up, and then you
Okay.
have access to it.
All right. So I will say, I think I see a way. Wait here. I'll pass the pole and the sword back to you guys, and I'll start sneaking along the ledge.
Maybe you should bring the sword with you. It's light.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It reflects. Maybe you can parry it in case it decides to shoot you.
Elias, you mind if I take your sword for this?
It's enormous.
Okay.
It's like literally twice the size of a normal sword,
All right. I have
and
I have
8
a
times the
bronze.
weight.
Yeah, maybe not.
Okay, maybe not.
Yeah.
I do have a bronze blade if it comes to that, but I don't think I'm going to be using it. I hope. I do have danger sense if that helps here.
Sure.
So I'll flatten up against the wall and start inching my way around the ledge until I see that space that I can reach.
Go ahead and give me a larceny and dexterity roll just to
Okay.
see where we land on it.
So I have a specialization in balance for athletics. So I'd like to use that to get one enhancement on this.
Absolutely.
Okay. 2, 3, 5, so 8. All right. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Yeah, I rolled a lot of 10s on that.
That was an amount of tens.
Yeah.
So would we land on total of 7?
Yes, I think so.
No, I think you said 9.
It wasn't 9. Yeah, it was a lot. It was
Excellent.
more.
Yeah, you move around clearly. You can see, as you get like about halfway around, you can see through some of the sort of dips in the top of the tower that this thing is pulsing, but it doesn't seem like the rhythm of the pulse is not changing. It is not reacting in any way to your presence. You get around to the back, and not only can you see further down the hall, there is a door, probably. So if you're going further down the tunnel, there's a very clear door that appears to be crafted of bronze, but you can see the tower itself.
Okay.
So climbing up is not a problem. I'm not going to make you roll for that. And
Okay.
how are you going to blind it? What's your attempt? Are you just going to snatch the thing and try to hold it, or are you going to knock it out of its place, or are you going to try to cover it with something?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna take the sack that I have my collected trinkets in, take the trinkets out, and then try to sort of put a hood over the orb or the object in order to trap it.
Elias is our mastermind. We're just executing.
Right.
Welcome, Raiders. Thank you so much for being here. We just got a lovely raid from our friends over at the Old Ways. Always good to see y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. We are currently running some Trinity Continuum Aegis, and we are running a deal on our gift subs. So if you buy a pack of 5 or more gift subs, you can get up to 35% off of those. So since it's the season of giving, feel free to give some gifts to our community with gift subs. So you're taking your sack and you're throwing it over the Panopticon eye. What are you doing once it is covered? This is the vital question here.
What's the wording? What's the warning? I don't remember.
You had to it's not, you had to blind the Panopticon, which you have done.
Okay.
However, it
Okay.
occurs to you once that panopticon is blinded that there is another. You are now in the nexus of two prophetic. You have to straddle two pieces of prophecy, two pieces of godly wisdom,
Okay.
because covering this is not stealing
Ah,
it.
all right. Hmm.
I mean, you could detach it with all the bag. It's still covered and it's stolen.
Yeah. So I'll try to scoop it into the bag.
It seems to be floating of its own volition. There's
Oh,
nothing
all right.
holding it, right? So when you throw the bag
Okay.
over it, you've
Mhm.
got a full control over it.
Okay.
It's a matter of, do you let the bag go and let it hang over it, or do you pull?
No, I'll grab it as I do that.
Excellent. You have secured it from its place. The room goes dark aside from the torchlight, and your bag is now like got subsurface illumination under it. Basically, your bag is now effectively a lantern.
Cool. All right. So got it.
Elias will carefully poke a single foot into the room and then follow
It
in.
shoots you through the bag. Rocks fall everywhere.
I wait for Elias to take several steps before I dare follow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You all walk through just fine, but Artax falls off and dies. No,
No.
you make your way. No, Artax, stay happy. You make your way around. Clearly, Artax has no problem navigating this because it's a surface, therefore he can. The Chimera.
The Mista has to fly and flutter
Right,
because
yeah,
there's
exactly.
no blood. But
They fly over, but you're good. And you make your way to the other side. The second of the three trials defeated.
Okay.
And this solves the philosophical question, what makes a thief? The intent to steal apparently is enough to define theft.
You make a note of that.
Unless the act of completing your theft retroactively confirmed your thievery.
What's the difference between a thief and a borrower?
Whether you intend to give it back, I guess.
As you're
Yeah.
pondering these great questions and making your way down the hall,
Mhm.
you do see the bronze doors before you. And on those bronze doors, you see the strangest of things. There doesn't appear to be a knob. There doesn't appear to be a lock or a keyhole. Instead, there is a odd glowing rectangle at the right side of these two bronze doors that are split down the middle. And the glow is dull, but as you approach, it glows brighter.
Where is the rectangle?
So it's a rectangle that's like the long ways are up and down. If you look dead ahead, there's the two bronze doors. They're split down the middle, so it looks like they would open like Star Trek doors, basically, right? And then on your right is the panel, and the rectangle itself looks like it's probably about the size of your hand.
Is it reflective? Is it gem? Is it metal?
It's the strangest thing you've ever seen. It's beyond even your reckoning in terms of like visions. It is flat.
Yeah,
and
because my visions go up to the 19th century, so
right. This is flat. There's light coming from the entirety of the rectangle, as near as you can tell. There's a little border around it that's not glowing, but the rest of it is glowing. And Kovos, you have the amazing sight. You can tell that there's a just slight outline of a palm under this illumination. It's very hard for you to spot because it's backlit, but in fact there is This does look like it's begging someone to put their palm on
I think we're supposed to lick it.
it. If it glows, don't lick it. Good survival tip.
I wouldn't recommend that, Elias. I think it's looking for someone to put their hand on it, but the question is who?
I mean, those two challenges looked like they were tailor-made for you, so I guess I'm supposed to put the hand on it. On the other hand, putting your hand on something, that's a lot of hands. Anyway, putting your hands on something weird and mysterious is not exactly a wise move, so maybe the challenge is to not do the unwise thing, but yeah, no, I'm probably supposed to put my hand on it.
If there was a lock that I could see, I would try to pick it. I have a sliver belonging to the key, the skeleton key of Hades. I show that. It's like a little wedge. It looks like metal.
No?
But I don't see any lock.
Yeah, there's no visible lock. You could try to hold that and touch the keypad or the palm pad. That's an option. I think you could try.
Mm.
That's the
Tiano,
closest thing you would guess to a. It's the only mechanism you can see, therefore it's the only mechanism you think might even be a knob or a lock. I
Right.
will, in the event that you attempt to, like, just force the doors open, they do not open.
Okay.
Tiano,
I would
speaking as
like-
the wisest person you know, I would I always touch things that glow.
I would like to examine the rest of the door.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a technology and cunning roll, please.
Yeah, and my goal again is mostly to figure out whether there's obvious traps that I can see.
Sure.
And I get 1 success this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do not see any obvious traps. As far as you can tell, this can only be activated by interacting with it with the panel. There's just
Okay.
nothing else you can see that even looks like it might have any impact whatsoever. You can suss out that though it is beyond you how it does so, you are certain that the doors will split and move into the walls themselves.
Okay. I guess this is the time to channel my inner Elias and go touch the shiny. I suggest everyone stays back just in case I get
Yeah, be careful. I've been
Not
burned
like
many
that.
times.
rough was. What?
I said, be careful. I have been burned many times.
Yeah. Let's do this. Chimera, stay back. Back. Down. No, I'm not playing. Down. Sit. Good girl. Okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna do this.
All right. You walk up, place your hand on the panel. As you do, light emanates from the panel itself, creating almost like a weird hexagonal pattern that wraps around your hand, locking it in place.
Is it my right or left hand?
That's your right hand.
Okay.
There is a twinkling light that appears at the top of the doors that is then almost widens and projects into the room directly next to you. So basically right next to where Theano's standing, so in front of Kovos and Elias. What appears to be a woman, but in the strangest of garb. She seems to be wearing a long-sleeved, long-legged, one-piece garment that you associate possibly with Poseidon. There are these strange three-pronged images on the shoulders and on the chest. And her image sort of shimmers and flickers. And occasionally a band of bright light moves down it from head to toe. And she says to you, "Greetings."
Greetings.
I am the guardian of this place and have been instructed to only open it for one who's wise enough to solve the second riddle of the Sphinx.
The second?
She nods. I will tell you now. You may leave. Say the word, I will release your grip. I will send you on your way, and we will await a true hero. If you succeed, the doors will open for you, and your prize will be yours. For good or ill. But if you fail, the cost will be paid in a palm of flesh.
Oh. I'm desperately trying to remember the riddles of the Sphinx right now, and I am a little bit panicked, so my brain is drawing a blank.
Sure. You clearly
But
remember. You clearly remember the what walked on. Four legs.
yeah, I remember that one, but that was not the second, as
Was
far
not
as
the
I
second
remember.
riddle. There's no basement in the Alamo. You're like, what are you talking about? Second riddle.
Yeah, I don't exactly remember there being a second riddle, but at this point, I guess
If you'd like to make a
my
culture roll,
friends
you
passed
absolutely
their
can.
what?
If you'd like to make a culture roll, you can.
Yeah, I would like to, because
see if you actually recall it. This will be a difficulty for culture and cunning. I'm not going to let you lean on intellect because this is a high stress situation where you're trying to think fast.
so this is a cunning. I'm trying to see if there's something that I can do to improve my situation. What does broad knowledge do?
Broad
It's an
knowledge is actually quite awesome for this. I believe it gives you an enhancement. And while you're thinking, are either of the other two of you doing anything?
I would like to roll for Elias just to see. Just because I think it would be
cunning. It would be
Yeah.
hilarious if you got it. Yeah. Let's do it.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. All right, very good. Plus one
I'll roll.
enhancement for knowing a random piece of information could prove useful, so you get plus one enhancement on the roll. And what were you saying? For
Okay.
I'll roll for cunning and culture as well.
Yeah.
One success.
Right. You know there are rumors. There are some variations of the story that indicate a second riddle, but according to those rumors, it's been lost to the sands of time. No one knows.
Okay.
Okay, so I rolled a bucket load of dice. There were no successes, and there was a 1.
Excellent. Now, you have an option. You may choose to botch on whether or not, and again, for clarification, this roll is to determine whether or not you know what the second riddle is. Never mind its answer, right? This is just whether or not you know what the riddle is. So,
Yeah.
You have an option. You may choose to botch. You will gain 2 momentum for that botch. You will then be very confident that you know what the riddle is, and then when you're told the riddle, we'll be like, "Oh fuck, that's not the riddle." Second option, you may spend any up to 2 of your 3 momentum to re-roll failed dice. The first failed die you would roll would be the 1. Therefore, as long as it doesn't roll a 1 again, you're eliminating the botch. You just will have failed. But you also do have the possibility then of getting successes through those 2 failed dice.
I'm asking my friends, like, what happens in game is you see me look very panicked, and I am looking for moral support. And practically, I'm asking you for permission to use this momentum because the dice have betrayed me.
Yes. That's Elias.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up.
Okay, so what do I reroll?
So you would spend 2 momentum, and you can then roll 2 dice,
Including the 1.
Right. Basically, you're re-rolling the 1, and then you're re-rolling 1 other die because they all failed. Right. Here's another thing that you can do. You have a couple of options here. You can spend a point of inspiration for extraordinary effort. Provided you succeed, you would get a +1 scale to this effort. So that would give you 2 enhancement. Alternatively, this would be considered an intuitive action. So you could spend a point of inspiration to
but that only matters if any of my dice of those 2 dice is a success.
Is a success. That is correct.
Or?
The second one was you could spend inspiration to add your intuitive facet to the dice pool. Or no, I'm sorry. So you would add an enhancement equal to the intuitive facet.
So in any case, I'm rolling 2 dice and hoping 1 succeeds.
That is correct.
I'm just rolling the 2 dice and hoping for the best.
All right, very good.
I got 1 success and no 1.
Excellent. So you get 1 hit. So what that does mean is that, like Kovos, you're aware that there was a rumor that a second riddle existed, but you do not know what that riddle is.
Okay, even with the broad knowledge thing, it's gone.
Right, because that brings you up to 2 hits with the broad knowledge.
Yeah.
As far as you know, it is a rumored thing that was lost to the histories of time. You do know that it was structured to give a second opportunity to folks who failed the first one.
Okay. I look very slightly less panicked, but I'm still kind of panicked. So I say, okay, hit me. With the question, not the punishment yet.
She kind of cocks her head to the side for a moment, and then magically, as another one of those waves of light goes from her head to her feet, her head sort of just snaps back into a position of looking directly at you, almost like she glitched. And she says, "There are 2 sisters. One gives birth to the other, and she in turn gives birth to the first. Who are the 2 sisters?"
1 second.
I will paste it in the chat, so you have a.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to. It's probably very easy, but my brain has decided to not, like my character. It just is 1 gives birth to the other, and she in turn.
Now, I will point out to you all, I personally, as a player, not always a fan of riddles. So,
No, I can get it.
If
I
you'd
can
like a
get
moment
it.
to discuss amongst yourselves, you can. I'm also
Mhm.
more than willing to let the dice determine if you can figure it out, or even spend some inspiration to know it.
Okay, so I have a hypothesis,
You can certainly run it.
but
You can certainly run it by your other people. I will allow you to zoom out, do a little bit. One of the things that's lovely about the Trinity Continuum is you have meta currency. So to my mind, that means that things like sharing notes as players is okay because we're moving the story forward, right?
Yep.
So now Stu claims to know it in the chat. So I'm willing to let Stu share what Stu thinks is the answer, or if you prefer to be a little bit more circumspect about it, you could be like, it's not right, that is right. If other people are guessing, up to you. Because
Yeah,
again,
let me hear your hypothesis.
okay, so my hypothesis would be that it could be night and day because
Yes.
each
Yep.
one gives birth to the other.
Yep.
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Okay,
Is that
I
your-
did not know the riddle, but apparently I got it.
is that your final
Okay.
answer?
So that can't just be night and day, right? That would be too obvious. Or is it? And I'm not even realizing that I am saying it like the answer because I'm like talking to myself and then I realize that I actually answered. I said, oh fuck, I hope it was right.
Very well. She disappears, and the doors begin to part.
Good
Your
job.
hand is
That was
released.
anticlimactic.
On the other side of the doors, you see a chamber. This chamber is bizarre. It's as if the walls themselves are covered with some sort of bronze that has been, or silver even. The room itself is probably 10 feet across. It's fairly small. And it is empty aside from these very smooth walls that are set up in like panels. So it's not like a complete circle as much as it's a series of panels that form a circular shape. In the center of the room is a pedestal, a clear pedestal, which is weird. But that clear pedestal atop it seems to be what looks like almost like a elaborate bracelet. And this bracelet is thick. It looks like it would sit on your hand and sort of wrap around your hand here and on your wrist and go up probably to the middle of your arm. It might be more accurate to call it a gauntlet. But the most disturbing thing about this gauntlet is that it looks like, for all the world, like it's made out of the back of a scarab. And you're not entirely sure that it's not breathing.
Do you think we're supposed to lick it?
I want to examine the insect.
We'll do
I want
that
to
if
know if it's an insect.
nothing else
Like, I want-
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you should lick it, but I might ask you to lick it if it looks like it needs to be licked. Deal?
I am an expert licker.
That you are. I'm an expert in liquor, but I don't think it's the same thing. Okay, I want to examine the bug.
Right? Go ahead and give me I guess a technology and cunning or intellect at your discretion. You do have time for this, and it's not like a stressful, like, you don't have a clock. Did anybody else, while she's looking it over, did anybody else want to do anything else?
Natural philosophy affects no, that affects animals and stuff. Okay, so I am going to just check
Natural
on this.
philosophy will absolutely give you benefit.
It's natural philosophy is a gift, so it's let me check what it does. Philosophy, where the heck is this? Reduce the inspiration cost from dramatically editing strange encounters with animals and phenomena. No, okay, that's not what it does.
Yeah. So if you wanted to use, without giving away too much, this thing is animal.
Okay. I'm just gonna examine it and trying to figure out if I can figure out to which animal it's connected to and what it does, basically. Sure. And I am using intellect and technology.
Yep.
Oh, that's a 4 and 4. Oh wait, die. Come here.
And I would say your broad knowledge would apply as well, so you will get that enhancement.
Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
Okay. This seems to be a level of animal husbandry that is beyond even your wildest dreams. It seems that someone has created not an entire animal, but a living being that can be worn by a person and bond with them and share their will. And that from this bond, the actual thunderbolts are fired. As if this was perhaps this is one of Zeus's wayward children with some strange animal from the sea that you've never met.
Or one of his lovers that Hera was so jealous about that
she turned it into a glove, possibly.
Yeah.
Whatever it is,
Could
though,
be.
it is very much alive. It is very much capable of throwing lightning. And it very much wants to join with a host.
I would like to. I would like to have it, but I look at my companions and try to see what they're doing.
What are the children?
We don't know that about it, but we know that it's supposed to have something to do with Zeus's thunderbolt. I'm gonna like walk around the pedestal if I can and like get up close to it and peek around and see if I see any obvious signs of like traps or anything.
Go ahead and give me a, I would say technology or larceny and cunning.
Okay. Can I use the bonus from I'll Never Stop to get 3 enhancement on investigating it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So larceny and cunning. 3, 4, 7. Wow. All right. I guess it was time to happen. Sooner or later, I got a botch.
Excellent. Would you like to spend the one remaining momentum to try to reroll a failed die?
No, I'm gonna botch. I want to see what a botch
Excellent.
does.
As you're looking at it, you are overcome with sheer terror.
All right. Sure.
Because you draw a similar conclusion
Mm.
that this is a living thing.
Mm.
This has got to be the disfavor of Hera.
Yeah.
Cast onto some poor woman that was likely, some poor creature that was likely seduced by Zeus. And
don't touch it. This is cursed. Hera's disfavor will fall on you if you wield this gauntlet.
Ooh. I kind of suspected that actually.
Oh.
I thought this was Zeus's thunderbolt. This is a bug.
Well,
it is indeed a bug.
But Elias, you said it before back in the temple the gifts of the gods always have a price. This must be the price of wielding.
To carry a bug.
Well, there's that, but also, I mean, Hera will probably seek you out and look on you with displeasure.
However, and as I said, I
Mhm.
start taking the glove.
I'm gonna
I
try to
don't know where
stop you.
I've
Can I try
heard
to-
it.
Can I grab it?
Yeah, I mean, if you're just gonna put your hand in the glove.
Yeah, I'm not taking it for myself. I'm just like, don't touch that.
All right. So now both your hands are on it.
Yeah.
Um,
Does it react?
Yes. So
Ugh.
this is important. Whereabouts are you grabbing it by Ariana, and whereabouts are you grabbing it by Mike?
Okay, so if this is the shape I was,
Mm.
You gonna stick your hand in it, or are you grabbing it by like it's by the wrist end?
I was grabbing it by the wrist
Okay.
for now.
So, but like
Okay.
by the entryway, right?
By the here.
By where you would
That
stick it.
wrist.
That's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, not by the top, by the bottom, basically.
No, by the bottom.
Yeah. All right. So that way, I mean, you can. Are you gonna put your hand on the top, or are you gonna just like slam down over the body of it and be like, "Hey"?
Yeah, I'll plant it on the pedestal with my hand.
All right. Excellent. So
So you plant my hand with the
Yeah,
thing.
basically. It's like,
Yeah.
As you're both touching it now, it does start to let out a little bit of a hum. You all can feel a little bit of energy coming off of it. And almost most disturbingly, you notice a little, for lack of a better word, sphincter on the back end, like by where your hand would go, that seems to be like opening and closing.
okay.
If you'd imagine, like in Little Shop of Horrors, when Audrey 2 is like, it's like doing that.
Mhm.
Watch out
Some-
for the cloaca. The
Yeah.
cloaca of horrors.
Yeah. Yes. Some Cronenberg stuff going on with this thing. All right. I'm going to look at Theano and say, if you haven't had a favorable vision of this thing, then maybe it was never meant to be used.
We were told that we were supposed to take it and use it.
We
But are
did
you
pass the
prepared-
trials.
Are you prepared to pay the price?
Why would we be here if we're not to complete the task that the gods assigned to us? Besides, sometimes a bug is a feature.
Nice.
I love it.
All right. Now I could tell a lie here, just to get a double whammy of the omen and in my aspiration. Let me think about this. I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna try lying. I'm not good at it, luckily. But I'm gonna say I had a dream about this moment, and in that dream, whoever possesses this is consumed. And I'm gonna roll my 2 points of manipulation. Now.
Excellent. Please do so. And now, this will have a complication of 2 that, if not resolved,
Mhm.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, because you're lying and you're not supposed to lie.
Yep, exactly.
Yep. So yeah, they have a complication of 2. If you do not resolve this complication, you will, in fact, I'm going to say, due to your absolute nerves about this thing, you're going to effectively interact with it in such a way that is going to cause it to take an action on its own volition.
Okay. All right.
Makes
Here we
sense?
go.
All right.
I got nothing. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, now this is a straight failure.
Yeah, just 2
So-
2 and a 7.
That doesn't kick off a complication because you didn't partially succeed.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, in this case, it's just very obvious to everybody in the room that you're full of shit.
All right. Okay.
Elias will say, I once had a dream that I was married to a fish.
Not now, Elias.
I thought we were sharing dreams.
I come to the obvious conclusion that our kleptomaniac has decided that he wants the shiny for himself.
Very good.
Listen, I am not being greedy about it. I'm just saying that this is a creature. Creatures, and I point to my pet, are my job. They are my specialty. If being good with creatures is necessary in how to make this function properly, then I think I should use it. Believe me, I am not a fan. I don't want to be seen by the gods. Being seen by the gods is the worst thing that can happen. And even so, with Hera being upset at me, like, I don't like it. I don't want to be on her bad side. But also, are you good with animals?
It's probably
look
a
at-
good idea for the wisest among us to have this. So should I have it?
Are you good with animals? I mean, you handle your horse pretty well.
Yes.
Maybe.
My horse and I are very tight.
All right, I'm going to remove my hand and say, so be it.
Okay, so if you think you can handle this, maybe you should have it.
I didn't say that. I just said I was wise.
How good are you with animals and creatures in general?
Well, I was married to a fish.
Okay. Okay. I want to try to communicate with this thing.
It occurs to you very rapidly. The only way you're going to be able to actually communicate with it is to don it.
I wonder if this can be taken off.
There
Oh
doesn't
well.
appear, there doesn't
And
appear to be
before
anything that
anyone
would-
stops me, I put it on.
Right, excellent. As you slide it on, you feel a sudden compulsion to spend a point of inspiration. It is up to you whether or not you wish to do so.
Oh yes, I do.
All right. As you do, the sphincter begins moving more rapidly, and you feel like a slight poke for a second, as then you feel energy start to course through you. As soon as that happens, all of the panels begin to light up. And on them, you see an image from several different angles of a very elderly man. He's got long gray hair. He's wearing tattered robes. His eyes are bound in a blindfold, effectively. And he says, "You have found the thunderbolt. It is vitally imperative that you bring it to Olympus at your earliest convenience. You must understand that it's being pursued." The image starts to glitch. Colony image starts to glitch again. Time and space colony image starts to glitch again. Olympus, the image dies. There's sparks shoot out of a few of the panels, and the room goes dark.
Okay, that was weird.
It was a messenger of the gods.
So it seems none of the gods that I could recognize, though.
Well,
Is the bug doing anything?
No, you feel like at a single whim you could throw a lightning bolt. Would you like to try?
How does the room look like?
The room is covered with these shiny panels that are now inoperative, effectively.
What's outside the room?
The panel on the doors. There's the rock walls. There's the tower.
I'm gonna go like point at something that is very far away, line of sight wise, and try throwing a thunderbolt at something that looks like the tower, possibly.
All right. Go ahead and give me a aim and dexterity.
Okay, I think I'm gonna give this to. Yeah, I don't think I should have this actually.
Well, you've formatted it now, so.
Oh no, this is so wasted on me.
Anything?
Yes, actually, a 1.
Oh, that's all you got? Would you like
Yep.
to you can redo up to 2 failed dice with the momentum in the pool.
I'm gonna botch.
You take the botch, gain 2 more momentum.
I'll get a botch.
As you do, it's going to let's have Kovos and Elias each roll a d10, please.
Okay. 6.
9.
Excellent. Poor Kovos tried to warn you.
Yeah, of course.
And you get hit with a thunderbolt. You will take. Let's see. How many ones did you roll on your botch?
1.
Okay, excellent. So you become stunned as a literal bolt of lightning flies out of this thing and hits you. You're stunned with a complication of 4.
Second game in a row where you've stunned my character. So yeah, I thrash around on the ground, making a bunch of weird noises as lightning plays over me, and then I'm just gonna lie there paralyzed for a bit.
I erupt in a sequence of swear words that I have learned during my travels at sea. I don't really know the meaning of them, but I know that the sailors only used them when things were dire.
Very good.
Is that what you were trying to do?
It's very much not what I was trying to do. And I try to get the gauntlet out of my hand.
You can take if you desire to take it off, it absolutely removes itself.
Oh yeah, I do desire to take it off.
Yeah. You pull
And then I give it to Elias and say, I think you should have it. I can't aim for shit.
I am pretty good at aiming.
I'm not. This is yours. Take the bug.
I will insert my fist into the sphincter, I suppose.
You feel compelled to spend a point of inspiration. Would you like to do so?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I go to check on
you format the side gauntlet. As soon as you start administering anything to Kovos, he snaps out of the.
All right. I told you. I told you.
I'm sorry. I have shit aim. It's not the bug's fault. It's my fault.
And behind her, you see Elias.
Yeah, Elias. No, wait.
It tickles.
It does.
Yeah, it kind of does, right?
What would you like to do with it, or are you just going to hold it for now?
I'm just going to hold it for now.
Very good. You have, as near as you can tell, acquired the Thunderbolt and defeated the riddles. What would you like to do from here?
So, the weird old man in the panels told us that we are supposed to bring this to Olympus. But the gods in the temple told us that whoever got it had to use it to fight someone.
That would be required that they fight a Titan.
So there is nothing to fight here. So I
There's not.
imagine maybe the fight is supposed to happen at Olympus?
Could be. Now, it's very clear to you that whatever message was intended for you from this old man was interrupted, possibly by the gods being angered by the deception that Kovos attempted. It could have been Athena mixing up. It's very clear to you that you did not get the whole message, that there was something missing.
I guess we could go back to the temple and talk to the priestess and or the gods.
Sure. Any objections to that plan?
No.
We will assume that you travel back to the temple with no ill occasion. You, when you arrive back in, she hops to her feet and hugs each of you and says, "You've survived. You've overcome the trials."
Yeah, that was not that hard, actually.
The gods truly
Mhm.
favor you. She kneels.
I mean,
What?
you telling us how the shoes, and I pointed the sandals, worked, actually pulled a lot of weight.
It was, I'm merely a vessel. You are the truly divine. And she's not looking at you anymore. Like, she's got her head down. She's like avoiding your gaze.
We are just people.
You are heroes. You are
Awesome,
chosen.
awesome people. But people
So-
nonetheless.
We have a conundrum here. Go. We have a question.
She nods.
Here, we were told that this thing was to be used to fight something. And down in the place where we found, oh, by the way, we did find the gauntlet, yeah. The place where we found the Thunderbolt thing, they told us that we have to bring it to Olympus. So are we actually supposed to bring it to Olympus?
The gods spoke to you in the chamber?
I'm not sure whether it was the gods, like, could have been some sort of priest. It was just like a vision, not really a person that was there.
Who else would give such a vision? Of course it was the gods.
It didn't look like any of the gods we know.
That means nothing.
Yeah, it
gods-
doesn't
The
mean
gods
much.
appear how they wish.
The gods play all sorts of games. It is not ours to understand, but ours to obey. If the gods told you to take that to Olympus, you must.
Yeah, but you know that the gods don't always agree with each other.
Of course.
And so if you obey an order, you're taking sides, and then you're on someone else's bad side. Like you don't wanna, for all we know, this is on Hera's bad side. So
What would Hera have to do with this?
I don't know, Cobbles, what was it?
We thought maybe that the Thunderbolt, what we found, maybe was one of Zeus's lovers cursed by a jealous Hera.
And turn into a bug.
May I see
Mm.
a bug? May I see the thunderbolt?
It's on his hand, and I point toward Elias.
She looks down at your wrist and goes, "So your theory is that Zeus cheated on Hera with a cuttlefish?"
No, I'm just saying that some poor mortal could have been turned into a bug, just like, Arachne was.
Oh, you are truly wise. It's no wonder that you defeated the trials. I am far too humble and weak of wit to offer you any advice in this scenario other than to do what the visions commanded.
When
I
we
guess.
when I went against the will of the gods in that room, I was struck by the
You
power
went
of
against,
Zeus.
you went against the will of the gods? When? What did you do to do that?
I lied.
When did you ever lie? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the distraction thing.
I didn't have
Yeah.
any visions. I don't have those kinds of
Even
things usually.
even more proof that you should listen to the visions ahead of you. You see, the
I think-
gods responded when you did not obey their will.
I think he's right. If
I mean,
not the
technically,
gods, then maybe it is fated that Elias was to have the Thunderbolt.
If it is to fight a Titan at Olympus, I can think of no one better than myself.
Truly, you are a humble hero. She nods.
you will
I
definitely
am-
be better than me at the task,
I
considering.
am incredibly wise, and I feel that wisdom would be key in defeating such a foe.
That is true.
Then you must
That is indeed very true.
go and make haste.
Yeah, see,
Do
we
you
have we have a problem. We're supposed to go north, and Olympus is south.
I'm sorry. Did the
It's-
gods tell you to go north?
No, I mean, when I told you we
Right.
are
No,
now
I
here.
understand. You were on your way to it. Is that what the gods told you to do?
No, it's what our employers told us to
Oh,
do.
well, I'm certain the gods would prefer you listen to your employer.
It-
Since you've been commanded directly by the gods and struck dumb when you failed to believe them, what more
Yep.
evidence
Yes,
do you
but we
need?
are on a mission. We can just abandon the ship.
I think
We're gonna get in trouble.
Electra would understand. She, if anybody, would understand.
She says, it is not my place to decide how you deal with the will of the gods, but I will not have heresies spoken in this temple. Please leave.
I apologize for speaking out of turn. We will make sure to prioritize the actual will of the gods over our employers.
She says, thank you. And go with God's speed, and goes back to like praying.
Oof.
Should I return the little shoes to the temple?
She doesn't ask you for them.
Okay, I'll keep.
You step out victorious. Your crew has repaired the ship and the storm has abated. The navigator says, resume heading?
No.
Where-
Yeah,
where-
there's a little
To
change of
Olympus.
that.
To Olympus, you say. To Olympus. To Olympus! They all start
Yeah.
rowing and singing a jaunty tune as they begin heading toward Olympus. And that, my friends, is where we will draw the curtain on this adventure. Are there more adventures for this group? Absolutely. Sometime in the future there will be. And you never know. Perhaps sometime in the future we will return and see what those adventures look like. But for today, the tale is done. The quest is complete, and the God's will has been served. Thank you all so much. Any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about tonight's
Thank you so
session or today's session?
No, it was fun.
No, it's great. Thanks,
It was
Travis.
fun.
Thank you. I'm
Yeah.
glad you enjoyed it.
Well, thanks to Elias the Wise.
Yes.
For those of you who may not be
Our
familiar
guiding
with,
star.
for those of you who may not be familiar with the Trinity Continuum overall, what the Thunderbolt is a side gauntlet from Aeon. Wonder how that got there.
Why me?
Perhaps one day we will find out. I just wanted to check, just to ask, did Mike, were you able to achieve any of your aspirations during the course of the session?
Yes, I was able to lie about the adventure at some point.
Excellent.
I didn't fool any monsters, though.
Oh well, you
Maybe
get
next time.
next time, Gadget. How about
Yeah.
how about for you, Ariana? Did you?
Mine's one was the discover secret about the adventure, and we've discovered many secrets, but not any that I was specifically seeking out.
Just because you
So,
weren't seeking it doesn't mean it wasn't a secret you discovered, though. So I would
I
say
think
that
those
it's
count.
accomplished.
and the one that I definitely didn't achieve was prove the usefulness of my pet, because she just hung around and didn't do anything particularly useful.
Oh, the usefulness of your pet. Yeah, that's fair. And then how about for you, Stu? Any of your
Oh,
aspirations?
we've lost your sound for a sec there, Travis.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, my internet's probably being a little janky. Sorry about that. Did you achieve any of your aspirations?
Well, depends on if you. So I had, what did I have? Defeat something. Did I specifically say monster? I just said defeat something bigger than me in combat. I didn't really
You
engage
defeated
in
the door?
combat with a door.
No, you didn't fight a door. That's true.
No. And then I said eat more than anyone else. And I completely forgot about that one and did not eat anything.
That's
So
a shame. No, next time, Gadget. And yet we all had a grand time. So the joy of role playing continues. I would highly recommend, if you've not yet done so, pick up Trinity Continuum Aegis. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
That said, folks, I'm going to clear the way. I believe our next stream on the channel is in about an hour. So please do pop back in. Remember, we have Infernals Crowned by Hellfire currently over on BackerKit, and we are running a discount on gift subs in groups of 5 or more. So please, it's the season of giving. Give your friends in the community some gift subs if you like. I want to thank my players so much for taking the time to be here, and perhaps one day we will revisit what these folks have done, and we'll see what happens when they head for Olympus. One never knows. The good way to find out would be to follow and subscribe to this channel. Thank you all very much, and
Thank you, Blake.
we'll see you again. Bye, everybody.
Bye.